So I'd love you guys to stand up and give your platform. I want you to be scanning the room, not reading it, but scanning the room as if you're making eye contact, specifically with the judges. You can make some eye contact with the audience, but you want to, but specifically pretend like there's 7 or 8 judges in front of you. You're scanning and making eye contact and talking, to them, right? But also to the audience too. It shouldn't be just the judges. You should ignore the audience completely. And yeah, we'll see how that looks with you guys. Okay, so let's start up. Make sure everyone gets your well, you don't need to get ready because it should be in your head already. So Alexis, let's start with you. Please stand up and get yourself a microphone prop.
Sure.
Perfect. All right, introducing Alexis onto the stage, your platform, and go.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Alexis, and today I'd like to talk to you about the importance of teaching our elderly modern life skills. Like many, I was raised by my grandmother. To this day, she's still one of the most precious, venerated people in my life, and yet she struggles to call me on the phone and sometimes mistakenly calls my brother. Our communities and our countries were built on the backbone of our grandparents' generation. It's important that we do not forget them. I have committed to teaching computer skills at my local elderly center so that they can stay connected to our society and familiarize themselves with modern tools. I hope to inspire more people to uphold this underserved group and also encourage volunteerism for this group. Thank you.
45 seconds exactly. So very good, very close. Good. And just a piece, I'm really bad with this advice. Not just for everyone. If you forget your line midway through, make it up and keep going along and go to the next line you remember. Nobody knows. I would know your speech, but I'm not judging, so it doesn't matter. So make it up. No, none of the judges have heard your speech before. So you could say anything you want to, and they'll believe that that's the speech you had written out. Okay. So if you get something, don't stop. I mean, you can, a small pause is fine, but there was one girl we had in 2000, I want to say 2018. She was giving a platform. This is when we combined platform and Q&A, but now we separate them. But she brought a platform. I worked with her platform the entire summer. She was great. She nailed it. She memorized it like really early. And then the night of the patch, she goes up there and she forgets it. Like halfway through, she forgets it. And the stall and the silence on stage with the microphone in hand for about 15, 20 seconds. Just silence. Or clapping, trying to encourage her, it's okay, move on. But by that time the damage is already done. And I think she just skipped over thing and just went to her last sentence at that point. But don't get hung up on what to say next. If you forget, move on to the next part and make that shit up. Okay. How you look on stage is so fucking more important. I cannot emphasize this. It is so much more important than what you're saying. In the middle, if you change it to a recipe for apple pie, that's fine. And then keep on talking. Okay.
Yeah, I saw the video recording and I saw the girl forget it.
Oh, you saw it. Okay. That was Emily, right? 2018, Emily. You saw her how she just paused and literally just could not say anything for I think it was like almost 15 seconds of just silence. Right. That's so important to just keep talking about something else and move and then until you remember what you're supposed to say. Okay.
It needs to be within like 45 seconds though, right?
Yeah.
And
So if you don't remember what to say next, just jump to the next part that you remember.
Okay.
It's probably shorter now because you just cut out a whole sentence somewhere. Right? Or you make some stuff up and make a quick little bit and then connect it to the part that you want to say next. Okay? But do not pause and stop. And from now on, as we're practicing, if I ask you a question in Q&A, I'm no longer allowing that, oh, Francis, I don't know that. Can we move on to the next? I'm not doing that shit anymore. I'm going to keep time, and it is exactly what you guys are going to experience on stage. Okay? And the same thing here. I'm going to keep time of you guys as you're doing your SP. If you mess up, if you forget, that's fine. Make some shit up and keep on going. Okay? All right. Otherwise, great job. Love the message. Great presentation. Good memorization. Now I can start working with you on on actual presentation skills. Because until you guys memorize this, I can't move forward with that with you guys. So I'm gonna see you this week, Alexis. So I'm looking forward to working with you on some of this. Okay. All right. Ish, you ready?
Yes, but I presented it to my coach earlier today and she said that I have to change part of it. So I'll present what I have so far.
Present what you're able to memorize. Like I said, you can change whatever you want to. I don't care as long as you have it memorized. Okay. Okay. Ready. 1, 2, 3, and go.
Don't bring shame to our family. These are the 6 words that I had ingrained in my mind as I suffered a silent battle with depression and anxiety for 10 years. That's why I started a podcast called Creating Confidence to inspire others to seek help for their mental health. Through this platform, we redefine what is normal to speak about and I am stuck now. Okay.
Okay, so in the real pageant, if you're stuck, make sure shut up and keep on going.
Yeah, I tried for a little while, but
Okay, did you forget your closing?
I forgot the second half.
The entire second half?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Definitely memorize second half. Make a point with me that before we meet, either sometime this week or next week, I want you to have whatever version you're working on memorized as much as like 90% memorized. Okay.
Yeah, my memory is like very, very bad. So I need some help. So thank you.
Yes, that's why we're doing this now, a month and a half before pageant week, so that you have as much time in the world as possible. You guys are basically getting 6 to 7 lines to memorize, right? So that's totally doable, because I've had to work with people to have them memorize 18, 20-minute speeches for Imagine Talks and TED Talks. And so if they can do 20 minutes of pure memorization, I know you guys can do 45 seconds. Okay. All right. Plus you guys have more time. I have more time to work with you guys than I did with those guys. Okay. So make an appointment with me, Ish, but when we meet, I want that thing memorized at least 99%. Okay. Whatever version is good. All right. All right. Good job. Moving on to May. Are you ready? That's a good
forgot.
yeah. Okay. Let's see,
Wait,
you guys-
I didn't memorize it though.
you haven't memorized it?
No,
That was your assignment this week.
I know, I completely forgot.
How much of it do you have memorized?
I haven't tried. I can try right now, but I
All right,
don't.
give it a go. Let's see what you got in your head.
Okay.
Okay, stand up. And I want you to see you scan the room as you're looking at judges. Okay, do the best you can with what you got. All right,
Okay.
1, 2, 3, and go.
My mission is to improve healthcare outcomes for all immigrant communities. During the Cambodian genocide, my grandmother had experienced cataracts and severe pterygium while working long hours in a concentration camp before fleeing to America. Here as a refugee immigrant, she experienced a language barrier and limited medical resources that resulted in a compromised health necessity for my family for generations. Today, as a medical school applicant, I volunteer by the Mexican border and in Cambodia town, where I am committed to improving the healthcare outcomes of all immigrant populations and breaking the cyclical health disparity. Please join me in empowering our immigrant communities. Thank you, and Afghan.
But how much of that was memorized and how much was made up?
I think most of it was memorized.
Good
It's
job.
just
Well
not-
done. It sounded good. Very good. If you had to make that stuff up, that sounded good too. That's great. I wouldn't, like as a judge, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. It was 56 seconds, so we need to work on the time. Okay.
Yeah.
But that's probably because you're pausing throughout the time to memorize. But otherwise, great job for someone who hasn't actually actively memorized. That's actually quite well done.
Thank
So set a time up with me, but before we meet, I do want it memorized. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry.
No worries, but good job for someone who didn't actually memorize. That's actually quite well done. Okay. Angela, is that your microphone?
No, I think I just like this is my little desk thing.
If you can use that as your microphone, that's great. With, reversible octopus is always nice. Okay, so
Okay, I have
you
the rule.
you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and go.
I was deeply affected by the lack of funding in the National School Lunch Program. My project at Mills College demonstrated that students and faculty members in public schools deserve access to nutritious foods crucial for their academic performance. Working with Oakland Community Gardens and Ronald McDonald House, I learned that food and community go hand in hand. In partnership with Miss Asian Global, my plan is to launch our platform, Scholar Bites, where we connect schools with local farmers to ensure fresh, locally sourced ingredients on lunch trays. Join me to nourish and fuel academic brilliance in our young leaders to reach their full potential. Thank you.
Great. 45 seconds exactly. Nicely done. Good memorization of it. Nice scanning. So make sure you schedule time with me so I can start working with you on your stage presentation. Okay. Good job. Well done. All right. Kylie, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Stand up. Get yourself a mic prop. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and go.
Growing up shy and reserved, dance is what truly helped me to blossom. My social platform is called Dare to Dance. As a volunteer dance teacher at the Boys and Girls Club and Friends of Children with Special Needs, I encourage my students to develop their creative voices with every tap, twist, and twirl. Be it through dance, science, music, art, or any other medium, my core mission is to inspire children to develop the confidence to pursue their aspirations, discover their purpose, and contribute their unique gift to society. Tonight, I encourage everyone to dance like no one's watching, sing like no one's listening, love like you've never been hurt, and live like it's heaven on earth. Thank you.
Good job. 43 seconds. Well done. Good pace, good message, good memorization of that message. Heard everything I wanted to hear from my memory of it. Good job on that. So
Thank you.
that's it. So make sure we have a time so I can start working with you on your stage presentation. Okay. All right, Kelly, you ready? All right, you're up. Microphone, stand up. Perfect. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and go.
Hate crimes against the AAPI community have surged due to xenophobia and racism. As a Chinese American from California, this hits close to home. Having faced bullying for my Asian features ignited my commitment to volunteer work and understanding compassion's importance. In the past 3 years, over 10,000 incidents were reported, threatening our society's safety and values. I now co-host public safety workshops, teaching self-defense alongside Grandmaster James Carter and Michael Ma to empower our community. Together, let's raise awareness, build a safer community, and combat hate crimes. Thank you.
Good, 44 seconds. Good job. Good message, good memory of it. And yeah, you ready to start working with me on stage presence? Okay, so make it an appointment with me, okay? Good job. Mayfree.
Hi,
Hi.
can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yeah, okay, I see you now. Okay, perfect. Okay, got your mic?
In the kitchen.
Yep, that works. All right. 1, 2, 3, and go.
As an ER nurse, I have seen the significant impact that education can have on preventing chronic diseases. Conditions such as heart disease are preventable and can improve the lives of loved ones and reduce the strain on the healthcare system. Today, I go door to door, providing education in people's homes, educating patients before discharge, and give public service interviews on the radio. Please join me as we work together to improve the quality of life for individuals and reduce the financial strain on the healthcare system. Thank you. ขอบคุณค่ะ
Good job, 42 seconds. Well done. Good, strong message. Very good pace. And yeah. Make sure you make an appointment with me and I'll start working with you on your actual stage presentation setups, okay? Good job. Well done. Elizabeth, just in time. Are you ready to do your social platform?
Can you give me a couple minutes?
Okay, fine. So, oh, well, this is not to be read. This is to be memorized. Did you memorize it yet?
No, I haven't memorized it.
Okay, I need you to have it memorized this week. So,
Okay.
when you get a chance to make an appointment with me, but when you have that appointment, it needs to be memorized by that time, okay? So
Okay,
hopefully
sounds good.
either by the end of this week or early next week, okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, good. All right, then good job, everyone, more or less, around the current status of your social platforms. Next week, we're actually doing the official guidelines on how to improve your actual stage presence in there. But so far, everyone I've talked to is at some stage of memorizations right now. Let's move on to, let's do some Q&A, I guess. If you guys want to do anything else, or do you want to jump in straight into Q&A? Or do you guys want to do intro, or do you guys want to do interview? Anyone care?
Q&A.
Alright. We do Q&A? All right, we'll do Q&A for a bit. And then let's say, I'll try to do about 40 minutes of Q&A, and then we'll jump straight into some interview practice, okay? Depending on how many you can hit by that point. Okay, let's see. What are some good Q&A questions to get to you guys today? Let's see. Okay. Okay, let's start with this one. We'll start with you, Alexis. You guys remember, first of all, what are the 4 rules again?
Don't open your mouth until you know what you're going to say.
That's rule number 2. Good. But rule number 1
Answer
is,
the question.
yes, answer the question. Good.
Use the formula
Yes.
and power word.
Power word if you need it. That's right. The 5th rule is if you need to, if something is a very ambiguous type of a question prompt, then define the parameters before you start going down to answer it. Like, you know, what is faith? Is define what sin is, or things like that. Okay. Anyway, I remember the rules, right? So 45 seconds to answer a question. You get a 10-second buffer zone if you need it. So the time will start for 10 seconds. However, the minute you start answering the questions, even if you start answering in 5 seconds or 3 seconds after the question is answered, the time will start at that point anyways. Okay. And penalties for every 5 seconds you're over by 1/100 of a point until you reach the 1 minute mark, and it's at a full point reduction at that point. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. I love the hair curl, Kelly. Okay, Alexis, here's your question. All right, here goes. Alexis, tell me about your self-confidence.
Thank you, Judge Francis, for this question. I actually think about confidence quite a lot. And I think that I have been on an ongoing journey to improve my self-confidence, which is part of the reason why I decided to partake in this pageant. I think there are a couple of ways to improve your self-confidence. For example, you can pursue side passions and hobbies, and you can, my love language is words of affirmation. So I think it's just as important to speak to yourself with kindness as you speak to others with kindness. And so I think I think that it's very important for everyone to validate themselves internally as well. And so I think that I'm on this journey of finding my self-confidence, and there are some techniques that I would recommend. Thank you.
Okay, 44 seconds, so good time. You perfect time in keeping yourself within the time frame. Okay, so my question to you was, tell me about your self-confidence. This is a very open, very almost ambiguous question, right? And so your answer to me was that it's a still ongoing journey, right? Okay, and you gave me some examples of what you're doing in terms of also this pageant being one of those parts of the journey, right? And then, so you said, so your overall answer is confidence. Maybe what you could say is, I like it, and I think it's a good answer. One way you could improve it is not just for, even though I asked, what is your self, tell me about your self-confidence, you can say, the way I see self-confidence for myself, but I don't think it's just for myself, I think it's for everyone in the world, is that confidence is an actual journey, not a destination. It's something that we all strive for and we all worked on perfecting and improving and bettering every day. From my perspective, and then you start describing it, right? And you so that's how I describe my confidence, but I think this is also how I describe confidence for the entire human race, that this is a journey we all are on together and not a destination we're all striving to get to. Just really bring it in as an entire like holistic, but define it as it's not just a journey, it's for me, it's a journey for everybody. Yeah, but otherwise, I thought it was a good answer you gave. I'll give it a 9.5. Good job.
Thank you.
Well done.
I like that question.
You like that question? Okay, we'll ask you again later. All right, Ish, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, here's your question, Ish. Ish, what famous person is your personality most like?
I would say that the person who I want my personality to be most like is Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I really admire Ruth Bader Ginsburg because she has had to struggle through her entire life against a male-dominated field to succeed in the career that she chose. And that's something that I have to deal with myself as someone who wasn't always told that my career was the most important thing. I was always told that maybe starting a family was more important, having a husband was more important. But Ruth Bader Ginsburg and I both have in common that we care about our careers, despite it being a male-dominated field. And that is why Ruth Bader Ginsburg is who I compare myself the most to.
Yeah, 40 seconds. I love that. You answered question, Ginsburg, what you're always working toward, your profession, but also balance out your femininity, and you recapped it that Ginsburg was. So good. 9.5, easy, maybe even a 10. Good job. All right. You guys are killing this. I'm impressed. And you're also keeping within time, which I really love. Okay, now, May, you ready? Okay, here's your question, May. What book are you reading right now and why?
The book that I am reading right now is called The Obstacle is the Way. The reason why I'm reading that book is because as a recent college graduate, I am exploring new ways to challenge myself for personal growth and professional development. One of the things that the book celebrates is our uniqueness and diversity, which includes diversity of our experiences, our cultures, and the way that we think. And as a pageant delegate, it contributes to the way that I am challenging myself for personal growth. Thank you.
Good job, 41 seconds. You guys are killing the time here. Excellent. I love that book. I think you might want to recap that title one more time at the end so that I remember the title. So recap that. Good answer. You explain it. My biggest feedback is watch those ums. 3 ums right off the bat. And if I hear ums, that means I'm hearing the ums more than your answer.
Okay. Yeah, I also had a question.
Yep.
So for a social platform, it's half of what we say and half of the way we deliver it. Is that also true for our interviews?
I know for the social platform, at least from what, and you guys will see what I mean by this next week. I would say it's 70% of how you say it and only 30% of what is coming out of your mouth. The reason why is that, and as you guys work with Janet, you'll see she's much more focused on the message. I'm not that focused on the message because I've seen enough the judges in the last 8 years that I've been working, because I'm the only one that's actually sitting in. I may not be able to like give any scores, none of the staff can, but I literally sit inside the interview room watching the judges interact with each other one after another after you guys walk out and what they say to each other. And I can tell you right now, the presentation style, the energy, the vibe, the aura you give off is so much more important than the words coming out of your mouth. Like more than twice important. So I would say 30% is what you guys say. I really don't care what you guys say as long as it's not stupid. I'm okay with that. As long as what you say is intelligible and actually makes sense, that's fine. That's 30%, I think, of what the judges absorb. The 70% is how confident you come across, your engagement, your body language, your presence, your unapologetic presence to take up space. That is so much more powerful and so much more impactful in your scores than the words coming out of your mouth any day of the week. Okay, so Janice will definitely work with you on it because she's more focused on the message, but she doesn't see what I see, which is how the judges interact with each other the last 8 years. Okay, so I'm trying to give you the key here, the clue on how judges rate you guys. Okay. Okay, just get your words down as best you want with with working with Janice. And like I said, I don't care what they are as long as they're memorized, because I cannot work with you on stage presence if you don't have it memorized yet. Okay, it's just like I can't. All right. So otherwise, great job. Watch those ums. Okay, and then you're if you took out those ums, I would say if you had no ums, that'll be a 9.5. With the ums, it's more of an 8.5 because it's just not as smooth. Okay, maybe an 8.
Okay.
But otherwise, good job. All right, Angela, you ready?
Yes.
All right. Let's see. All right, here goes. Angela, here is your question. What movie would best describe you?
A movie that would best describe me is called Uptown Girls. It is a chick flick movie about a woman, rest in paradise, Brittany Murphy. She is coming of age and she is reaching a very pivotal point in her life where she meets a younger girl. They build a really strong bond, and basically that 8-year-old changes her life. And it is verbatim the true life story of my life. I had an 8-year-old change my life and change my complete career path. So if I had to choose one movie to describe myself, it would have to be Uptown Girls. Thank you.
37 seconds. Beautiful answer. You gave me the title of the movie, you described why, you gave a very strong connection of your own life and how it almost is parallel to it, and you recapped the movie title again. You stayed with the time. That's 9.5, 10. Good job. Well done.
You guys should watch that movie though. It's really cute. Makes me cry every time. Dakota Fanning's in it.
Oh, I love Dakota Fanning. Okay, I'll find
Yeah,
that.
it's like a little kid. Mhm.
All right, I love her. Okay, I will go check out that movie on my next watch list. That's on my watch list. All right, good job. Well done. All right, Kylie, are you ready?
Yep.
Kylie, here's your question. Please respond to this question as best you can. Who are you?
I am someone who is confident in my own skin no matter what. As someone who used to be super shy and reserved, dance was the way that I was able to break out of my own shell. And I would say that that has really brought me a lot of confidence. And it's made me more confident throughout life and not just in dance, whether that was becoming a volunteer dance teacher or going out and doing modeling for charity fashion shows. I would have never had the confidence to do any of these things without the confidence that dance brought me. And so I would say from the core of myself, I'm someone who is confident and I'm not afraid to share that with others. And I would love to continue being able to share that with the younger generation of children in underserved communities as part of my social platform. And so I would say that I'm a confident person. Thank you.
Okay, 50 seconds. So a bit of time. And that is not an easy question. Okay. Because it is so open-ended. So, but I thought you handled it pretty well, especially as as a 17-year-old, when most people start out at that stage, you're still trying to figure out 17 or 18-year-old, right? You're 18 now or 17?
I'm 18.
18, it's even as an 18-year-old, right? So your answer was someone who's confident, and then you gave some examples of what made you confident in your journey. So yeah, that could definitely answer the question. These type of questions kind of have an answer for back of your pocket. What do you represent? What is it, like, what's your power word, by the way, Kylie?
It is passion, but I feel like I kind of use passion and confidence interchangeably sometimes.
That's
like,
fine.
Yeah.
So this is a perfect time to use your power word if you want to. You can say, who are you? You can say, I'm somebody who lives with passion. I believe that anything that I do in life, if I don't do it with passion, then I don't want to do it at all. I hope that this is something I can also exude and share and be an example and inspire others to live this way too. Who am I? As someone who's very passionate and lives in that fashion and tries to inspire others to also live in that fashion. So use that as a theme of who you are as a person, because that's what your power word does, is it gives you that anchor if you need to answer such an open-ended, ambiguous question like this, okay? But otherwise, good job. Well done. A little over time. So I'd give that an 8.5 minus 100th of a point. So good job. All right, Kelly, are you ready? Okay. Here's your question. Kelly, what is one feature you would change about yourself and why?
One feature that I would change about myself is my self-doubt. I believe that at times I am too harsh on myself, and I always believe, not always, but at times I get in my head and I don't believe that I can do something that I can actually do. And because of this, it makes me very shy and makes me not want to do things that I want to do in life. So if I could change one thing about myself, it'd be my self-doubt.
32 seconds. All right, good. A little bit on the short side, but still pretty good. I love the answer. I love the fact that you went in, when I said what feature, you didn't go for anything physical, you went for a more spiritual, emotional, mental feature that you would change. That's really good. A little bit rough in the middle there, but otherwise, good job. I'd say that would be, I give that an 8.5, maybe a 9. All right. So otherwise, but a little bit more detail wouldn't hurt. And maybe, think of the answer where you have pretty much most of your examples, so that the middle is a little smoother. Okay. But otherwise, good job. Well done. Okay. Mayfree, you ready?
Yes.
All right. Okay, Mayfree, here is your question. If you were to write a book about your life, what would the title of the book be and why?
Thank you for your question. If I would like to write my book, the title would be Marfrey's Journey in My 20th, because in the past 10 years, start in my 20th, my life has changed a lot. I graduated in nursing school in Thailand, and after that, I went to scuba diving. And after 32 hours, I was diagnosed about cardiac arrhythmia. And at that time, I didn't expect that, because it's really unexpected, because I'm really healthy person. And I got treatment for 6 months, but it didn't work out. So I need to go ablation. And after that, it was fine. So I decided to pursue my dream and flew across the country to be a nurse in the United States. Therefore, if I can write my book, I would title about Marfrey's journey in my 20s. Thank you.
1 minute, 3 seconds.
Oh, too long. Okay.
You're about to share the entire book with us at this point. So you need to be very, very careful about time. So if there's something that you're really passionate about sharing, or there's a story you want to share, because like, oh, I love this question. I know exactly what I want to share here. That's great. That's awesome. You have information you want to share. Just remember, you still only have 45 seconds, okay? You could go, and we're not, unlike other pageants, we do not like ring a chime or anything like that. We don't do that, but we just deduct points instead. So in my opinion, if you can, please don't put yourself in that position where you lose points for something that's very much in your control, okay? Remember that try to practice this. This practice can't happen like in these type of classrooms, because this is more me like giving you guys overarching advice. You have to practice this on your own. Find questions online, answer them as best you can, and then check again on the time to see whether or not you're within time or not. You can even look at your time if you need to, the first beginning parts of it. But try to get a sense of what 30 seconds feels like in your head. Okay? And you're like, okay, you're talking, like, wait, that feels like about 30-second mark in my head. Okay, I better wrap it up. And then you wrap it up. Otherwise, you're gonna lose points for something you could control. Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Otherwise, good job. I didn't know that about you. I'm glad you're doing well and you're here with us. You could probably talk about that whole part. Like you could, instead of describing the whole experience, you could say I was in a near-death experience, and this is something that really changed my view and gave me more focus. Now, let me ask you this: what is your power word, Mayfree?
Community.
Community. Okay, so that could have also been one of your part of your title, right? You could say my power word is my journey to community, right? And you can say this is something I've learned how valuable community is. I've had a near-death experience that almost took me away from my own life and away from my community. And because of that, I realized how valuable this presence, this opportunity is here. And so, you can go in detail with that. But when it comes to things like this, what would you call this? If there's one thing here, or how do you define this, or who are you? That's where your power word comes in and really gives you an anchor. Okay. Okay. Otherwise, good job. Well done. All right. Elizabeth, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Here, let's do this one. Elizabeth, if you could only bring one possession with you on a desert island, what would it be and why?
If I could only bring one possession with me on a desert island, it would be pictures of my friends and family. We know that food and water are very important towards someone's survival, but I also believe that having hope and faith is also very important towards someone's survival. Having pictures of my friends and family will keep my hope alive and ensure that I will believe in myself and I will see them again someday. That is why having pictures of my friends and family bring pictures of my friends and family to a desert island will be very important for my survival. Thank you.
Okay, 39 seconds. Okay, good job. So your answer was photos and pictures of your friends and family.
Yeah.
Why that was important to you. And then because it's more about memories and hope, and then sort of food and necessities, that's what you'll bring. Okay, good answer. I would say that is probably 7.5 is good. The reason why I'm not giving it a higher score is because there's so many opportunities for you to be creative with this question. If you wanted to, right? I think if someone asked me, Francis, you're going to bring one possession with you in the desert island, I would probably say a plane, so I could fly off that island, basically. Or at least a satellite-enabled cell phone where I can actually call for help at that point, right? I would basically try to get the one possession that'll get me off the desert island as much as possible, right? So it can be as creative and as fun. These types of questions allow you to think outside the box and be as creative as you want to. I think your answer is good and it's solid, but it's an opportunity where you could totally be creative and fun with this if you wanted to. Okay, good job though. Otherwise, well done, and good job staying on the time. Okay, Felicia, are you ready? Felicia? Are you there? If you're talking, you're on mute.
Oh, yes. Okay. Sorry. I was like finding the unmute button.
Oh, is this your new phone?
No, I'm still on my old phone, but yeah, I'm joining on my phone today, at least for another 10 minutes, maybe.
Okay, no worries. Okay.
Yeah.
Here is, are you ready for your question?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay, here is your question. Felicia, do you think your life would make a good reality TV show, and why?
Oh, I think my life will make a good reality TV show because it has honestly been filled with so many events this past 24 years. I think I have had so many wonderful experiences, whether that is moving abroad during my childhood and meeting friends from across the globe at an international school. Those experiences have carried with me even to this day while in medical school, where I still continue to love traveling and get as much time out of traveling as I can, even during my busy schedule. And I think that will make a really fun reality TV show. So I believe the answer to that is yes. Thank you.
Yeah. 42 seconds. So good job. You answered yes. You gave some examples. Your examples were because you're traveling. Is that right?
Yes, basically, yeah.
Okay.
I think I didn't hit exactly what I wanted to say, but it's like I'm trying to get the most out of my time. And so I think it'll be like a really like event-packed reality show.
You would be, but I want it more because I do know some parts of life. There's so many things you could have added in there, right? So you're like, yes, my life would be a great reality TV show. I've lived in 2 different continents. I've competed in 2 different pageants. I've also now about to embark on my journey as a doctor at UCF, one of the top medical schools in the world. So many things you could say.
Yes, yeah.
That I didn't hear, that I wanted to hear, I should have heard, right? So I would give your answer at this point a 7 because I feel like the traveling is a good part, but it wasn't enough for me to feel like, oh, why would that make a good travel, a good documentary TV show? But if you told me all the other stuff, in addition, like I lived in these countries, I've competed, I'm a traveler, I'm a pageant girl, I'm a doctor. Now I'm interested.
Okay.
Right? So give me a reason why, or reasons, which is all valid because that's part of your life, why a reality TV show. You have so much to draw on, okay? And you have 45 seconds to do it, so you totally could have.
Okay.
All right, so don't be afraid to share your information. Take 10 seconds when you need to get your thoughts together too. That's what those 10 seconds in the beginning are for.
Yeah, okay.
Okay? All right, otherwise, good job. I'd give that a 5.5 or 6 because I know it could be much more inspiring than that. Okay. All right. What do you guys want to do? Another round? Or do you want to jump straight into some simulated interviews? Great direction. Okay, let's try some interviews then, okay? All right. Alexis, you want to be our hot seat? All right. Now, 3 minutes again. Oh, where is this thing? Does this thing work? Please work. All right, yes, it works. Okay. Let me get this done. We'll do this 3 minutes. Did you guys know that the Miss USA pageant only gives you 3 minutes in the actual interview itself? That's all you get in the pageant, 3 minutes interview, which is crazy. But okay, we're doing it because of time here. So 3-minute interview, I'll have the timer here somewhere. And then try to listen to the girls' answers and follow up on them with relevant questions so that she's very conscious of what she's saying. And I would say, feel free to be hard on her, whoever's in the hot seat, because the judges are probably going to be poking and probing to see how much you actually are able to answer. So we know whatever she says, be like an actual hardcore judge as much as you can. Okay. All right, here goes. 1, 2, 3, and starting with Judge Ish.
What is your favorite thing about yourself?
Thank you, Judge Ish, for that question. I think one of the things that I like the most about myself is my curiosity. I'm someone who has a lot of varying interests. In addition to my day job as an HR manager, I have taken writing courses, language courses. Growing up, I did a lot of musical courses as well. And my long-term goal is to hopefully potentially publish a novel one day. And so I just consider myself a lifelong learner, and I'm also very interested in learning more about different cultures and people and their stories. So I would say curiosity is something that I really like about myself. Thank you.
Judge May.
What do you want to write your novel about?
So thank you, Judge May, for that question. I have been working on a story for almost 6 years now, and it is around 50,000 words, trimmed down from an original 80,000. And it is a sci-fi novel about artificial intelligence robots. It's told from the perspective of a robot. And I had the opportunity to pitch to literary agents last year. Unfortunately, nothing panned out, but I did take the feedback in stride. And so I do feel pretty proud of myself that I've been working so consistently at something for so long. Thank you.
Judge Angela.
Hi, Alexis. I love what you said about your novel. Who's your favorite character in your novel?
Thank you, Judge Angela, for that question. There's one girl in the story I like. Her name's Mako, and she's actually not a robot. She's a human character, but she's very lively, and she's very sort of promiscuous and provocative, and she's sort of like the modern woman. And so she kind of contrasts this artificial intelligence robot that's sort of built to be very conventionally sort of like the perfect woman. And so Mako kind of contrasts her in a nice way. Thank you.
Judge Kylie.
How do you define a modern woman, as you said in your novel?
Thank you, Kylie, for that question. I think that's a great question. I think modern women are independent, and Mako in my story, she's definitely very independent, and she's sort of a free spirit. She's not tied down to one man. She's traveling back and forth between Japan and China in my story. She is a businesswoman, and she, sort of dates around. She's not really tied down to anybody. And so I think those are some qualities that I might consider as a modern woman, not the main only qualities, but maybe a few. Thank you.
Judge Kelly.
What got you into writing?
So thank you, Judge Kelly, for that question. I actually really enjoyed writing since I was a little girl, but I returned back to it once I joined the corporate workforce and needed a creative outlet. Thank you.
Good job on keeping time there, Alexis. Well done.
Thanks.
All right. I thought it was a great interview. What do you guys think? Any feedback for Alexis? Huh?
I think she would have won.
I think she what?
I think she would have won. That was really good.
So you got a fan here, Alexis. Awesome. All right. So, but has everyone at least done an interview at least twice at this point? Okay, has anyone done the interview 3 times at this point? All right, has anyone? Okay, great. Who has only done 2 interviews? Okay, let's do you next to me. Okay. All right, let's start with Judge Felicia. Are you ready?
Yeah.
And go.
May, can you tell me a bit more about yourself?
Sure. Thank you for your question, Felicia. Growing up in a family of genocide survivors, I grew up with my family overcoming a lot of obstacles. Most importantly, the greatest struggles for my family were directly related to my community. And that exposed me to a lot of opportunities to improving the health outcomes of my community. And I eventually want to become a professor at a medical school to make long-lasting changes in curriculum for all immigrant communities.
Judge Elizabeth.
Other than wanting to become a professor, what else would you like to do for fun?
One of the things that I really like to do for fun is working with kids. I think that kids are our future, and they're very curious, and they love to learn about our culture and our community. And It allows me to practice being a leader, but also learning from kids who have a very different perspective in life. So in a way, it is like a bi-directional relationship that allows both of us to explore culture and each other's individuality.
Judge Mayfrey?
What made you want to be a professor instead of diagnose the patient?
Thank you. As a physician, it is a very personal relationship that I can develop with an individual. But I believe as a medical school professor, I can communicate with other students, learn from them, but also teach many members of my community things that I've learned, as well as learning from everyone's unique experiences. I believe that everyone is bringing something from the table, whether it's the diversity of their own cultures, diversity of their experiences, or diversity of thinking. I think that being a medical school professor is a really great way for them to learn from me, but also for me to learn from them.
Judge Alexis?
Hi, May. In addition to becoming a medical school professor, what other goals do you hope to accomplish in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I hope to be someone who is a lot more confident and is a lot more healthy. I enjoy challenging myself intellectually, but it is also really important for me to challenge myself to be the best version of myself, whether it's challenging myself physically or making myself have the courage to pursue all the dreams I want to do in the future. Thank you.
Good job using all your time there, May. Well done. Okay. Okay, good job. You guys are doing very well in interviews, and you guys are using a good amount of your time, and you're also keeping an eye on the clock. So excellent. And you're also being able to answer your questions and dropping hints for the judges to pick up on. Okay. Has everyone done at least 2 interviews now? Has everyone done at least 3 interviews at this point? Okay, you haven't, Kelly?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do you next, Kelly, then. All right, Kelly in the hot seat. And we start off with Judge Ish. You ready, Ish? All right, and go.
Kelly, tell me a little bit about your platform.
Thank you, Ish, for your question. A little bit about my platform. It's based on the hate crimes that have been going on for the past 3 years. I believe that a lot of this hate is rooted from what people experience in childhood and how it could root from bullying, and how this hate could actually lead, how the bullying could lead into violent crimes in adulthood. So I would like to bring light and awareness to the way we raise our children and hopefully teach more compassion in the household.
Judge Kylie?
I know you said that you work with, is it 2 martial artists for your social platform? What got you into like martial arts?
I actually do not know much about martial arts. I actually connected with these 2 martial artists through volunteering. I met Michael Ma through my volunteering a lot of events, and he helped create this event so that I can learn, as well as other people, to learn how to self-defend. Yeah.
Judge Angela?
Hi, Kelly. You talked about self-defense. Why do you think it's important for our younger generation to know self-defense skills?
I believe that it's important for the younger generations to learn self-defense skills, because self-defense is mainly how to avoid the violence, not to start it. So I believe that self-defense is really important to combat the violence that is happening now today.
Judge Mayfrey?
What made you scared in your life?
Can you repeat that one more time, please?
What thing that made you scared?
One thing that makes me scared in life is disappointing my parents. I really want to do something in my life and get their validation. Sometimes it's hard to get reassurance from my Asian parents, and I would really love to impress them and do something with my life.
Judge Elizabeth.
What does family mean to you?
To me, family is not just blood, but the connections we have with people. I consider my god sister, who is not of blood, my family, and my friends as family as well. So I believe that connection is family. Thank you.
Good job and ending it right there. Okay, so well done. All right. Any feedback for Kelly? No? All right.
You were so real. Sorry, you were so real for that answer about like feeling like you want to have your family support and you don't want to disappoint them. That was very real.
Yeah, it's I loved that was a good answer. I love your answers. Only thing I would say, Kelly, is just take a breath, don't be nervous, and be your sweet approachable self. If you feel anxious and nervous to the point where it's projected from you, then the judges will start feeling anxious and nervous, which is probably not the way you want them to feel when they're scoring. So be relaxed, have good time there. They're just there to get to know who you are. So just be your sweet, comfortable self, okay? Awesome, very good. Okay, well done. Otherwise, anyone else not do at least 3 interviews yet? No? Okay, we're all good. We're all caught up. Who wants to do? We still got some time. Who wants to do interviews next? Or do you guys still want to do? Okay, you want to do? Okay, great. I was gonna say if you guys don't want to do interviews, we can go back to Q&A if you want to. It's up to you. But okay, you want to do an interview, Kylie?
Yeah.
All right, let's get you ready. Let's start off with Alexis. Alexis, you ready?
Yes.
All right, and go.
Hi, Kylie. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I grew up really shy and reserved, but as someone who has started dancing since I was 5 years old, dance was the platform that was able to help me break out of my shell. And I would say now I'm a very confident person. I'm very confident within my own skin. And I would love to be able to share that with other generations to inspire them to be their best selves. And yeah.
Excellent. Judge Ish.
What would you do if you couldn't dance tomorrow?
If I couldn't dance tomorrow, I would probably be really sad because dance has really been the core of my life, and it's something that has really always really grounded me, and it's been my outlet for creative expression. And so if I wasn't able to dance tomorrow, I would definitely be very sad and I wouldn't feel like myself.
Judge Angela.
Who is a dancer that you are really influenced by in the industry?
I would say that Misty Copeland is a really great ballerina, and she has always really inspired me because she has really broken boundaries and broken barriers as someone who is a ballerina of African American descent. I think she's really broken boundaries within the industry, and she's very inspiring to me.
Very good. Judge May.
What is your opinion on TikTok dancers?
I don't have any necessarily good or bad opinion about TikTok dancers. I think it's their own outlet for creative expression. Just like for me, ballet and Chinese dance is my creative expression. So I would never judge someone else's version of their creative outlet. So I definitely respect what they do. And if they're having fun, I don't see any problem with it.
Judge Kelly.
Off topic, but if you would choose between saving a friend or a significant other from a cliff, who would you save?
Well, for me, obviously I've never had a significant other before. I'm only 18, but I would say my best friend likely would end up being my significant other. So it would be the same person. So that question doesn't really apply to me.
That's really cute. Judge Mayfrey.
What kind of dance do you do? Do you dance? Yeah.
So I started out in Chinese dance ever since I was 5 years old, and starting in high school in my freshman year, I joined my high school dance team. And so I've been really exposed to lots of other new styles such as contemporary, jazz, lyrical, hip hop, things like that. Thank you.
And good job again on keeping your time. Well, you guys are doing very well on this. Good job. All right. 7:08, we got time. Anyone else want to do? Oh, by the way, a great interview. I loved it. Yeah, I hope you get to dance your whole life. I don't want you to just be sad. She can't dance tomorrow. Hopefully you have a backup hobby, just in case that, you have something to do on the side of dance. But that's a great answer. Okay.
I was like hoping you would say say something about like taking the skills you learned from dance into something new.
Okay, I will keep that in mind. Thank you.
You teach dance.
Yeah, I think I mentioned that, right?
Did you? I don't know. I just heard it was I'm gonna be sad.
I think I
sad,
mentioned it in the first
sad,
question.
sad. But okay, good. I'm glad that those are some great questions you guys asked. Especially I love the TikTok and what would you do if you can't dance tomorrow? Those are great questions. Okay, anyone else want to do an interview? If not, then we can switch back over to Q&A if you want to. It's up to you guys. Or intro. You're doing interview, Angela?
Yes.
Let's put you in the hot seat then. Let's start off with Felicia. Felicia, ready to be our first judge?
Yes.
All right, and go.
Angela, I know you are a teacher. I was wondering maybe what are some of your other passions or hobbies outside of work?
Thank you for your question. So outside of chasing around 32 8-year-olds, I really enjoy video editing and I love cooking a lot. I do a lot of content creating and I work with a lot of local brands on the side. So it's always something really fun for me to be able to be creative. And I also dance. I used to be a professional dancer and I danced on a dance team. So once in a while, I'm a little rusty now, but my knees don't move the same way when I was 16, but I do try to take class every now and then to support some of my friends out in Oakland. So
Judge Ish.
What would you do to change how Oakland and San Francisco are perceived today?
thank you for your question. From my understanding as someone who didn't live in Oakland, before I moved there, I know that there was a lot of negative stigma behind it because it was seen as somewhere dangerous. It was seen as a place where you shouldn't go visit. And when I actually lived there and had firsthand experience, I saw how beautiful and lively the city really was and how community-based it was. I remember attending my first Fridays event ever, and I was just so amazed by how everyone was so collectively together. And I would tell that person to give Oakland a chance and to come on a first Fridays and really see what the Bay is all about because it's great. It's home.
Judge Kylie.
You live in Florida, right?
Yes.
So do you prefer the Bay or Florida and why?
So whenever somebody asks me where I'm from, I claim Oakland as my home because I believe that during the time that I lived there, it was the most change that I've had personally in my own personal development. And I truly felt like I found who I was because of Oakland. And being in Florida, the positive side is that I'm starting to grow roots here because my family's out here. So if I had to choose between the Bay or Florida, my heart is always with the Bay. But Florida's growing on me too. Home is usually where the heart is. So wherever my family and my people are at.
Judge Elizabeth.
If you could move anywhere in the world, where would you move?
I would be where I am right now because I really love staying in the present and I'm practicing that more.
Good, save it at the very last second there. Good job. All right, well done. You guys are doing well, and I'm very impressed that you guys are able to like really time your answers at the last second. Good job. All right, I love it. You and I like that the fact that your answers are longer now and more detailed and more in depth. So good job there, Angela. Yeah, again, you guys should be fine as long as you guys do not freak out in front of the judges. I was telling Angela, since I'm the only one that's in there with the judges and someone's gonna be keeping time on the side there. I think Delinda may or may not be in there to take photos, that I will make faces to see what I can make you guys laugh in the middle of, no, I won't do that, I won't do that. I figured it would be good though, if you guys are getting nervous, to try to get you guys relaxed, but I try not to make any faces while you guys are in the middle of your interview with the judges, okay? Just to try not to distract you guys too much. Although if I think you're doing really well, then and I think you can handle it, I might make some faces. Okay, good. Now we're on agreement with that. What do you guys want to do next? Any more interviews with anyone, or straight into Q&A for the closer?
I guess like I want to practice more.
An interview?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do an interview. Felicia, you're in a hot seat. And let's start off with Kelly. Kelly, you ready?
Yes.
right.
Hi, Felicia. Tell me a little bit about your hobbies. Yeah, thank you, Kelly. One of my biggest hobbies is honestly finding foods or restaurants to eat in San Francisco. I'm like known as like the Yelp queen amongst my friends, just because I think if anybody asks me like for some recommendations for like whatever meal during the day, I'd have like at least 3 ready to give. It's just because I love just looking at restaurants, and that's one of my favorite things to do.
Fantastic. Judge Mayfrey?
What specific doctor that you would like to be and why?
Oh, that's a great question. Thankfully, I don't have to have that completely figured out yet, but currently my top 2 choices are radiology and oncology, and they're both related. I've always been interested in learning about cancer and how biologically how that develops in the human body, which is why I'm interested in oncology. But since medical school started, I've realized how I'm such a visual person. I enjoy looking at images as proof and as useful tools for diagnosis. So radiology would also be another top choice for me.
Judge Elizabeth?
What is your favorite restaurant in San Francisco?
Ooh, okay. My favorite restaurant, I'd say the one that I've been going to the most frequently these days is Kevin's Noodle House on Irving Street. That's like a very popular pho place, and it's just such a comfort food to eat, and you have to go early on like weekends, otherwise there's like usually a line, but the turnover is really fast. But I just love how comforting it is and how close it is to my apartment. And especially, after a busy school day, it's always a very nice, like comforting meal to have.
Well, Kelly can definitely join you there then. So Kylie, Judge Kylie.
What are some of your other passions?
Some of my other passions, I've always really loved ceramics. So during my gap year before medical school started, I actually took a ceramics / like pottery class because I've always wanted to learn how to use those wheel machines. I don't know if you like seen, but they look really easy, but it's actually super hard to maneuver. And I enjoyed kind of like taking my time learning how to use it and build pottery from scratch.
Fantastic. Judge Angela?
Hi, Felicia. In 9 seconds, tell us what color is your heart today?
My favorite color is always pink, so that's my color today and always.
Good job. Again, very well done. You guys are doing a great job for keeping an eye on time. Better than a lot of judges, to be honest. So, okay. Good job. I think you did a great job. I think it was great answers, and you did a wonderful way of answering. Good amount of depth. Like I said, I'm not worried about you guys. As long as you guys answer and respond and at this energy level with the judges and not get like overtly nervous, you guys will be great. So I'm literally not worried about you guys in interview. As long as you guys perform like this, okay? All right, anyone else want to do a practice interview? Anyone else?
And I
Yes, maybe you can. Okay, so let's start off with you, Judge Ish. Are you ready? Okay.
Mayfrey, tell me what you did to prepare for this pageant.
thank you for your question. What I did to prepare for this question is about Q&A and interview class, because every time when we have class, I always note on my iPad, and every day I try to answer and question and answer myself to time it and try to like do the best for myself. Thank you.
Judge Alexis.
Hi, Mayfree. And adding on top of that, what do you hope to get out of this pageant long term?
What do I hope to get out of this pageant in the long term? Sorry, could you explain that question, please?
Like experiences or benefits, or what do you hope to get?
Thank you for your question. So in the long term, I would like to volunteer to the community, because I would love to meet new people and help people in either in my community or other community. Thank you.
Judge May.
What is your least and most favorite part about preparing for this pageant?
My favorite part of this pageant is on Monday and Tuesday, because I love to keep myself busy and meet my pageant sister in the class, and we can share some experience and knowledge and with Francis.
That's so sweet. Thank you. Judge Angela.
What is the most challenging part about preparing for this pageant for you?
The most challenging part of this, I would say, about the words that I don't understand, but I ask you guys, I ask my sister to explain, and sometimes I even direct in person. And yeah, thank you.
Judge Kylie.
What is your favorite color and why?
My favorite color is red, because I think red is my lucky color. And whenever all of my stuff always red, even my kid's phone, my watch, because I feel like whenever I hold red stuff, I feel more white. I mean, I feel more bright, my skin, because I have two skin tone. So that's why red is my favorite color.
Judge Kelly.
How do you handle disputes with people?
How do I dispute with people?
Or how do you handle it when you don't get along with someone?
Oh, thank you for your question. I would still respect them even though I don't get along with them, because having the boundary is really important.
Time. Gotta keep your eye on the time, Mayfree.
Thank you.
Otherwise, good job, good job, good job. So if you see, make sure always keep your eye on time, because unfortunately I will cut
I
you
kept
off.
watching the clock and I saw it's still like 28 seconds. So I'm like, oh, okay, I still keep talking.
Well, I think I was at 8 seconds actually, but yeah. Otherwise, good job. Well done. Well done. Well done. Well done. Awesome. Cool. So just as a side note, is everyone here except for Angela? I think, right? Is everyone here coming to the barbecue on the 9th? Because I'm excited. Everyone here is local or flying in, right? Kelly's gonna be there, right? You may come up or may not.
I'm like 50-50 right now.
Okay, Hippie's gonna be there. Elizabeth the Seventh gonna be there. Felicia, you're gonna be there, right?
I should be.
Okay, good. Ish, I know, is gonna be there. Alexis, which is awesome that you're coming in from New York, is gonna be there. That's so cool. Good to finally meet you. And Mayfree, I do expect some delicious Thai food. Okay, since we're bringing over
I'm
there.
trying my best.
So awesome. Okay, I look forward for you guys to see each other, try each other's foods, and really get to know each other in a fun environment. And you guys really need to, like I said, make
Um,
room, don't make sure you have room for Vincent's ribs.
Francis, what outfit do we need to wear? Does it have to be
Oh,
red?
no, that one just be casual, just picnic outfits.
So no need to wear heels.
No, do not, yeah, you don't even, unless you want to practice in heels there, it's up to you, but you definitely do not, this is a fun picnic event. I don't expect you guys to be wearing padded heels while you're eating hot dogs or ribs, anything like that. Okay. Unless Angela like switches her flight over a little bit.
See, here's the pickle. I was contemplating either doing the picnic or the last rehearsal, but if I did, I couldn't do the picnic because I'm gonna be cooking meals at Ron McDonald House that same weekend.
That
So,
makes sense. Okay, no, you're doing great work over there.
but I'm so excited to meet all of you, like for real, in person again. Yeah, the end of July. I'm really excited to see all of you. Sorry, my brain is like slowly getting delulu.
You guys are funny. All right. Anyone want to do one more interview, or do we want to close out one round of Q&A?
Can I do one?
Yes, of course. Ish, absolutely. Okay, Ish, you're in a hot seat. Let's start off with Felicia. You want to kick off the ball?
Ish, tell me 3 words that describe yourself.
First word would be outgoing, because I'm a very outgoing person. I love people. Second word would be ambitious, because I'm really career driven and I really care about doing better in my life. It's just the way I was raised, living in like an Asian immigrant family. And then the third word I would use is adaptable, because I recently moved from Chicago to California, and that was a really big change for me. But I've been taking it really well and I've been loving it so far. So I feel like I could live anywhere and it'd be okay.
Fantastic. Judge Elizabeth.
What is the part of Chicago that you miss the most that California can't compare?
I would definitely say that my family is in Chicago and California cannot compare. I live with my boyfriend here in California, and like your boyfriend just cannot compare to your mom and your mom's food and your dad's love. So definitely my parents, my family.
Beautiful. Judge Mayfree.
What make you scared the most scariest in your life?
I think that failure scares me the most in life, because I think a lot of us can actually relate, like growing up in Asian immigrant families, we're not really supposed to hear the word failure or even get a B, let alone an F. So the biggest thing that scares me is definitely failure and not doing well in my career.
Judge Kelly.
What do you think your greatest weakness is?
I would say my greatest weakness would be the fact that I struggle with my mental health. I also struggle with something called executive functioning disorder, which means that it's really hard for me to wake up on time, eat on time, take care of myself all the time. So that would definitely be my greatest weakness. But with the help of doctors and medication and all the support system that I have, I'm able to take care of myself and be, just like a normal person.
Judge Kylie.
Would you tell us more about your social platform and the podcast that you created?
Yeah, my social platform is called Creating Confidence. And the first podcast that I ever came out with was about how I discovered confidence through pageantry. I was always confident and outgoing growing up, but then during the pandemic, I kind of lost a lot of that. I wasn't as confident anymore because I wasn't seeing people. I wasn't having those interactions that gave me that lessened my social anxiety, I would say. So that is what the first podcast I ever wrote about was. And I hope to continue writing more podcasts as your Miss Asian Global. So thank you so much for your time today.
Good job with the time control there. Good job. All right. Excellent. Again, wonderful interview. Not worried about you guys in the interview. As long as you guys perform and keep on performing and keep improving at this performance, you guys are doing very well. I'm really curious to see how the judges are going to try to figure out who they like best with you guys. All right. I can hang out for another 15 minutes for some extra bonus rounds. if you guys want to do something, then I definitely have to get off because I want you guys to have at least 15-minute break between mine and Emily's. Okay, so what do you guys want to end here, or do you want to do a 15 bonus round, or whatever you guys want to do?
I'm down to stay on.
Okay, what do you guys want to do for 15 minutes? More interviews or Q&A?
I'm down for Q&A.
All right, Q&A it is. Let's see, let me get some questions now. All right, let's get some Q&As. All right. All right, let's start off with you, Alexis. Ready?
Yes.
Okay. Alexis, here's your question. Oh, wait, let me get my timer ready. Here is your question. What is one thing people miss about you at first glance?
I thank you, Judge Francis, for that question. I think at first glance, and especially when I don't know someone too well, I can be a little bit more on the reserved side. And I think that when people get to know me, they can see that I'm actually very down to earth, and I love to have fun, and I love to put myself out there. I love to dress up. I love to wear wigs, and I am a little bit of a quirky person. I have a lot of varying interests and hobbies, and I am putting myself out there with this pageant. And so I think that if people see me, they might just see a average Asian girl, but I do think that there's a little bit more than meets the eye. Thank you.
All right, good. 40 seconds. Good job. You stayed within time. And then you talked about how there's a deeper side of your creative stuff that you're doing, and it's not just your typical Asian average girl, and how you enjoy writing and all your quirky little fun. I didn't know you wear wigs. Are you gonna be wearing a wig for your costume?
No, well, we were talking about that, but I don't think I can get one. They're very expensive, the traditional
Oh.
ones.
All right. It would be fun if you had a wig for your costume. You're great excuse to wear a wig in front of 1,000 people. Good job, though. Love it. All right. Overall, I thought you did really well. I liked it. I could have a good solid 9. Good answer. Okay. Let's go with you, Ish. Let me see. Sure, let's do this one. Ish, here's your question. What is your biggest pet peeve and why?
My biggest pet peeve is when people wear tippy-top Chinese laundry shoes to casual events and appearances. So this is definitely a very niche pageant pet peeve, but I believe that some shoes belong in appearances and some shoes only belong on stage. And Chinese laundry is definitely one of those shoes that I think should only be worn for swimsuit and nothing else. So that is my biggest pet peeve, when people wear Chinese laundry shoes with casual outfits.
I got it at 37 seconds. Good job. I love that answer. That was great. Very specific. You explained why, and it was very unique. I hadn't heard that before. So good job. I would give that probably a good 9.5, maybe even a 10. That was a good answer. I love the creativity there. Good job. Any feedback for Ish? Anyone?
I have a question. What the definition of pet peeve?
Anyone?
It's like what bothers you the most about what other people do, like what annoys you.
Okay.
Like you're not gonna kill anyone over it, but you're gonna judge them a little.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Something that annoys you. That's the perfect way to describe it. Okay. Let's see. Who should I go after next? Let's do you, Angela. Ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Here is your question. If you were given a book about your whole entire life, would you read it all the way to the end?
If I was given a book that told my entire life, I would not read it until the end because I don't like getting spoiled for endings, especially when it comes to movies and books. And I really do believe in practicing and living in the present. That's a really hard lesson that I've had to learn since the pandemic, because our time is not promised here on this earth. And so really just moving with gratitude and cherishing the current moments that we have are really, really important to me. So no, I would not read to the end of the book, even though it really would be tempting. Thank you.
Good, I like that answer. So the answer was no, and your reason was because you love living in the present, was something that you learned really at hard way through the current chapter you've already gone through. So good job, I like it. Well done. I'll give that a probably 9.5 or 10. Good job. Okay, Kylie, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, Kylie. Here is your question. Do you have any hidden talents?
I would say I do have some talents that people may not see at first, but one of my hidden talents is that I'm very flexible, and I've always been very flexible since I'm a dancer. And I can do this trick called the pretzel, where I literally I sit on the floor and I put both my legs behind my head, and people always get scared when I do it, but I love to scare people by doing that. And that's something that is a hidden talent that many people don't know about me. It's that I'm really flexible, and I enjoy seeing other people's reactions when they see it. Thank you.
35 seconds. Good job. So you're a human pretzel. That's for a talent show.
No.
You should. The judges will definitely like not forget that talent.
It's like literally, I don't know. I have like videos of it, but it's like you put both your legs behind your head, and then I like start spinning in a circle, and people always get really freaked out.
You should totally do that for your talent. Just go on stage, sit down, put 1 foot here, 1 foot here, and start spinning a circle to music. And everyone would be like, what the fuck is going on stage right there? I don't know what I'm looking at. So I think that'd be great. You should totally do that. I love it. All right. That should be your talent. I hope you submit that to Janice. Okay, good job. Wonderful. I thought it was a good, interesting answer. I'm gonna give it a good 8.5 or 9. I would probably want a little more. If you described the whole spinning around in a circle and freaking you out, that might have been even more fun to add some more points to that. But otherwise, I say that was a good answer. I get 8.5 or 9. Good job. Okay, May, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Here is your question. What is a bad habit you need to break?
Thank you for your question. A bad habit that I need to break is negative self-talk. In my day-to-day life, I face a lot of challenges, but I am challenging myself to develop a more growth mindset and become a champion of pride. And that means developing confidence and being proud of where I came from, where I am now, and where I'm headed. So no matter where I am in life, I will be prideful and confident and defeat this negative self-talk. Thank you.
Good, 30, 35, 36 seconds. Okay, good. So negative self-talk, we're working on it right now and making sure that it's minimized, but that's the one thing that you need to break a habit of. Okay, good. That was a good, clear answer, good example, and study with the time. I would give that one probably good 9. I guess it's a 9. So good job. Well done. Okay.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Mayfree, are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Okay, let's go over this one. Mayfree, what is one quote, either in English or in Thai? And you know what? Do you know what quote means?
Yes, it's like motto, right?
Yeah, motto. Yeah, motto or saying. So what is one quote, either in English or in Thai, that would best describe you?
Thank you for your question. One quote that I can describe myself would be never give up on your dreams. I believe that everyone has their own dream and just don't let a dream be a dream. Just start doing it. I'm the one that always have a big dream, and I did my dream that I left for my comfort zone in Thailand and I flew to California by myself, all of my family back in Thailand. And I pursue my dream to become a registered nurse here. And I finally did it. And after I did that dream, I always set the new goal and try to pursue the new one again. Therefore, never give up on my dream would be the best quote for my life. Thank you.
Good. I love that. 48 seconds though. A little bit long, but otherwise, great answer. Never give a dream. You gave an example why. You can shorten that just a little bit. But otherwise, great answer. I'd probably give that a good 9.5 probably, minus 1/100th of a point for overtime. Okay. But otherwise, good job. Well done. Okay, you ready, Felicia?
Yes.
All right. Okay, let's put it this way here. Felicia, here is your question. What is one makeup product that you can't live without, and why?
One makeup product that I cannot live without is my eyebrow pencil. I say that with like the most, like that has been the one thing that I've had to carry everywhere. And I firmly believe that eyebrows like frame your face. And during COVID, I actually like stopped wearing my drawing my eyebrows, and I felt like kind of a little bit off when I was looking at myself, but I really appreciate the invention of an eyebrow pencil genuinely because of how confident it makes me feel. So yeah, I would say an eyebrow pencil. Thank you.
Good job. 38 seconds. Eyebrow pencil. That's a new one. I never heard that answer before, but I like it. Usually it's foundation or liner, but I like the eyebrow pencil one. That makes some pretty good sense there. Framing your face and all. So I would give that a good solid 9 for an answer. Not 9.5 even, because you went into some good details for that. So overall, good job. All right. We are now at 7:41. Are you guys good? Yeah. Or do you guys want one more round? One more round is going to carry us to 7:50, probably. Or do you guys want to take tons of time to give yourself a break before you go to Emily's class? What do you guys get? I can do whatever you guys want. 10 more minutes of this, I'll give you guys the rest of the time to get ready for Emily's class.
My DoorDash driver's here, so I gotta go.
So enjoy your dinner, get some food before you go to Emily's class. Do you guys just want to call us a night at this point? Okay, we'll call us a night. I will see you guys at Emily's class. Get yourself something to eat, rest up, and get your heels ready in case she's going to have you guys walk again, okay? All right. See you guys soon. Bye.